dragon. They already have one. So getting the turret will provide them with a little bit extra gold and put them into a 2K gold lead in spite of giving up that kill. Still, Janair find that very nice. They can stop that snowball from occurring at the very least, which is dangerous with the split push. And Stitch and Wraith seeing if they could get some free damage down onto the turret. Not going to happen.
Yeah. Well, meanwhile, bottom turret does fall over to Janair. Very
good. So they're able to get a turret and a dragon. So that's huge for Janair. And honestly, that started out with Ambition getting caught out again. Stunned up and locked down in the river. He's just not willing to disengage in time. Wraith flashed the wall. TF though has his Lich Bane. He's got his Distortion enchantment. And he's going to be ready to really start pushing down onto the tier 1 in the bottom side. Well, Stitch is going to get some free shots here. No explosive charge. So just gets the one auto, and there won't be any explosion damage afterwards.
Ambition just deciding to go for the Raptors again, but no vision.
I mean, he knew that.
Yep.
Winged was coming in hot with that Rek'Sai ult. Stuck around for a little bit there. QV now has to retreat back to his own jungle. Insufficient wards on that top side to give him the information that he needs.
Mid turret's getting so low.
Well, they've got one of the best wave clear champions in the game to deal with it, Doa.
Yep.
Victor's not going to let that one go down, but they're still scrambling to find the right lane assignments here, and that means TF is going to get a little bit of freebie. Winged is going to come around, try for a gank, though. This could mean a dive elsewhere on the map for Samsung if they see this is coming.
Crown's just going to go ahead and ult away, yeah. He's not too worried about it. Yep, gets out, just teleports.
Great ward.
A little bit farther back in lane.
Great ward behind him, by the way. He gets out of that really easily. Wing's still there, but they're going to clear out the tunnel. And now they know where two members are. That's going to be a dead mid turret. So great response from Samsung. They had the ward in the river, the pink ward in the river, and they had the ward behind them. So even if that Rek'Sai got behind, he was still able to use his ultimate to get out of that one. And they come away with the turret advantage.
Yep. And now that that mid lane turret is down too, they have a lot more pushing power.
Absolutely fantastic. They can now use this Twisted Fate simply to engage, but taking a lot of turret damage. They don't have the wave clear there right now. Winged is just keeping them on the side. Nice job. Good response from Janair.
Wow, Samsung just loses that turret. Braum uses his ultimate. Winged on the side. Kube just gets lit up by Kuzan almost immediately, and Samsung on the disengage. Crown takes a bit of damage from Kuzan's ult, but not a whole lot.
Kube didn't get a chance to use his ult right there because he was CC'd before he could actually hit his R, so atypical mistake from Cube. Normally he's very good at hitting Lissandra flanks and making them work out, but that time fell short. So they give up the mid lane turret and a kill. Janair making this competitive. Both teams sort of trading blow for blow. Winged there did a very good job of zoning the wave clear off the turret on the upper side of the jungle so that they could easily just auto that down. Crown now has to look for this bottom turret once again.
We figured this one was probably going to be pretty close, but I think so far it's ended up even closer than we thought, especially after that little early game from Samsung.
Well, now that we're in the mid game and Samsung, they have the double TP, they have the TF ultimate, Janair has to extend pretty deep in the mid and top lane to make plays, so there's still many opportunities for them to get the picks that they need to win this game, but they have to do it now before Janair starts to become this team-fighting juggernaut that can just bait them at Baron indefinitely.
Yep, a lot of it depends on Crown, too. Needs to make sure that split push is something scary enough to break up Janair's plans.
Yeah, and he's got to be able to use that ultimate. Split pushing for him right now may not actually be the best idea. He may just want to look for picks and try and deal with Victor or Lulu as they overextend. He's going to pop his Destiny right now just to get vision. And there's not a play able to be made at the moment.
Yeah, not really.
Crown doing this right, though. Very good wards for the split. Trying to just give him the run around, maybe abuse a recall timing possibly. Dropping the pink ward and then immediately leaving means he'll be cleared out instantaneously.
Yep, Winged tries to get in for a bit more vision. Ambition doing a little bit of damage here, but he'll be able to get out pretty easily, I think. Oh, nope, the turnaround happening. Is it actually time to fight? No, not yet.
I was chucking winged out, had the red buff, applying that burn. Che is way too far out.
Yeah, that is really dangerous. He's trying to get back to his side of the base, but he may not be able to. Stitch pushes him back with the ultimate. Wing, though, getting brought in, trying to save his support, but he may go down. Here comes the TP. Stitch pushed away by Kuzan, and all that damage. And so in the end, nobody actually goes down.
So dangerous. Sure, you've got the you've got the lantern, or the Fate's Call rather, from Pilot to get him out of that situation, but Winged was already chunked out. And Kuzan burns his ultimate just to make sure that they can disengage without suffering any follow-up. And if it hadn't been for Trace with a great glitter lance when Cube came in with his TP, that would have been an excellent opportunity for a re-engage there from Samsung and a mop-up of probably several kills. So Trace arriving in the nick of time.
As he often does. And this game still extremely close. Dragon up. This will be number 2 for both of these teams. Samsung's just going to start it immediately. Everybody's there.
Yeah, they can give up this Dragon too if they want. Uh-oh, flank coming in.
Yeah, they're going to try to make it happen, but Dragon does go over to Samsung. Che caught up down the bottom. They get Trace. Trace over the wall, able to make it out with his life, but just barely. So Samsung gets the Dragon, but no kills. And at least Jinair able to make it out without losing anybody.
Yeah, pretty clean Dragon take right there. Cuvée used his ultimate, but Trace, of course, with now the Rod of Aegis getting close to full stacks and his Wild Growth, not going to be enough burst to take him down, but at least they secure the objective safely. And Crown here, he's got one shot left on that with the Lich Bane, and they're going to get a turret and a Dragon. Pops the Destiny. He's just looking to see where people are right now. He's just going to get out.
There. Yeah,
nice
he's trying
job.
to get out. Yeah.
Uh-oh,
oh, Crown walks
Mistakes
right into the
were
damage.
made.
That was not the best place to go. Kuzan's still in a little bit of trouble, but Winged with a nice double knockup. Kuzan may live. Gets a shield from the Q. Wraith flashing. Wants to get that auto. There's a double, though, for Kuzan, who responded to that one really well. Just blew up Crown and then barely stayed alive. He's having
this side. Now, Crown does have his TP up, but it's 15 seconds until he revives.
Oh, they're going to go into Ambition, but Kube right there with the ultimate. Still man on help. It's a 2v4 right now before Kuzan comes in. And this fight is all Jinair. I don't think there's a lot Kube can do now. Yep.
No, they're
Stitch.
just trying to delay so they can't take the Baron. Crown's back up, so they have a chance to keep fighting this right now. Here he comes in with the TP. Wraith zipping over, but there's a lot of HP left on the members.
Yeah, Crown comes in with a gold card onto Kuzan. That's a lot of damage. Stitch with the kill. Nice teamwork, but it's still not going to save Stitch from...
But Samsung still has the gold lead as they start to trade kills around that Baron. I just like the fact that Jinair is finally starting to really attempt the Baron, because in their last series, they would sit there at 40 minutes and just walk around the Baron, look at it, clear all vision, and they would never start it.
Wow. Well, that was just a great gravity field from Kuzan.
That could have really gone either way, right?
I guess, but...
Kuzan there, he was actually surrounded, but made the right decision and had the burst damage to clear it up. Wraith there with the flash, with the Q shield. Not going to be enough with just an auto attack, so a waste of a flash there from Wraith. Still, however, Samsung in the gold lead in this game, and they do deny that Baron attempt.
Yeah. In the end, the kills are worth it. Or giving up the kills are worth it, I should say.
Yeah, absolutely. They bought enough time. That Lysandra with the self-bolt and Azonia's Hourglass, dealing with 4 seconds of stasis right there, and it's absolutely crucial. Of course, giving the Baron some time to regen, giving your allies some time to resurrect. But they have a TP disadvantage right now. Cuvée nearly back with his. Island J playing this pretty aggressively, but Kuzan is there with a little bit of damage onto the ward, trying to clear it out, but takes a Baron shot off of a Thresh hook instead.
How does Baron just assume that when he's hit from behind, it's the person in front of him that's not hitting him that he should be mad at? I don't get that.
Well, he's sleeping, you know, and then...
Oh, I guess. You just don't know who woke you up, you know?
You just don't know.
Like, God.
I don't know how he sleeps standing up like that, though.
Oh, horses do.
He doesn't look anything like a horse.
Well, I don't know. Maybe
Snakes don't.
Maybe he's made from partially equine DNA. Who knows?
He was engineered.
This is League of Legends Monte Cristo, where anything is possible.
Including ripping off the Zerg.
anything. Anything is possible. Well, Dragon should be coming up pretty soon again, based on my semi-accurate estimations.
Your dragon sense is tingling, Doa?
That's right. My dragon sense is pretty good.
Does that mean you were bitten by a radioactive dragon? You have the powers of the dragon?
I was. It was a very small dragon, so it didn't really do a lot of damage. But
Like Tristana's dragon? That size?
now I can do whatever a dragon can.
You can hoard gold.
That's right. I can hoard gold, hate dwarves, all that kind of dragony sort of stuff.
We spit the hot fire. But not in the rap way.
Not really.
Not a rapping
like
dragon.
literal fire that I'm literally spitting. Yeah,
That's why we have to replace this mic every other cast.
that's right.
He gets too excited.
We have to replace the first 2 rows of crowd too. I wasn't supposed to talk about that, but the word is going to get out eventually,
It's like the splash zone.
That's true. Only it's liquid hot magma. Oh, flash. Gold card connects anyway. Trace should be able to get out of this, though, right? Right? No? Another gold card?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine. Yeah. All right. Yeah, like really dangerous Gallagher. It's like now I'm going to hit this landmine with a sledgehammer. Like, no, Gallagher. That's way over the top. Oh, crowd. How many times has he used his ult to get out? Whoa, nice wild growth from Trace.
That was so close.
I know. I was convinced that Crown was going to make it out.
That was like half a second.
Yeah. Pixel perfect. Oh, it's a Crown Fiesta.
It is a Crown Fiesta, the bottom lane. Started out really strong with a couple of those ganks, but he's put together 1 assist since those first 12 minutes.
Yep.
And he got a turret. That's about it. The split push has not been working out, and Jin Air coming back well into this one.
Jin Air trying to put some pressure on this mid lane turret.
It's time for some high-quality mid-lane milling.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Wing, they're going to dive this, actually. Nice combo. And all that CC leads to 2 quick kills for Jin Air. This is a very different Jin Air team than we've seen in the past.
Well, we've talked about it. Jin Air has a tendency to play to the level of their opponents.
They really do, don't they?
This is much more decisive. It's nice to see them actually trying to force objectives here, play aggressively, go for the dives.
Yeah.
But that's not the one we saw against Spenu.
Oh, it is so bizarre to watch this Jin Air team, especially over multiple rosters, is that these guys just sort of, they almost sort of absorb the tendencies of their opponents and then try to use that against them.
Yeah, they should have anticipated this. The Fates call came in super early right there, but great use of the AoE. Wing coming over for the tunnel from the side, and just a fantastic engagement underneath the turret.
Yeah, and they should be able to get, well, maybe be able to get
I don't
this
know,
Baron.
this is risky.
It is. Ambition throwing in, losing a little bit of vision. And here comes Stitch, or here goes Stitch, rather.
So they flashed the Fates call, or they jumped away, rather. Stitch jumped away from the Fates call. So Jin Air tries to get the Baron, perhaps a little bit. They tried just a little bit too hard of that one. Okay, but they have to recall now since they took so much damage, and they're going to give up a 3rd dragon. So in this scenario, they could have just warded up that side, gone for the dragon, recalled for the gold that they got, and wait for that inhibitor to push before actually making a Baron attempt.
Yep, Samsung will claim that 3rd dragon.
All right, so that was a bit of a misplay there from Jin Air. They got a lot of objectives off of that push, 2 turrets and an inhibitor, and they didn't play around the super minion wave and instead got a little bit greedy.
Those dragon stacks really keeping Samsung in the game, too.
Dangerous. I mean, we're still pretty much even in gold here. And these teams do have distinct advantages. If Crown can pull it together and actually create some nice picks, could lead directly into a Baron here for Samsung. But Jin Air, they're in control. They just need to make sure they make a safer Baron attempt. And now is the time to bait it, but they've lost the Scuttle Crab too. Ugh, that's not good. Ambition going to take that, and that's just going to delay Jin Air's attempt at a Baron and buy Samsung more time to get this inhibitor back up.
Yep, split push is still going to put some pressure on the bot lane from Crown, and even though he has had to use that Destiny to get away more than engage, he can still push the lane pretty quick.
I like that Jin Air's playing more aggressively, though. We've seen a lot more active attempts at the Baron again, but I feel like we're having like a Goldilocks moment with Jin Air where they're like, in the last game, oh no, that was too much, or too little pressure. Very much too little pressure. This is too much pressure.
So
right.
we can have just right.
Just right in their next best of 3. Just right. Just right.
We'll see how that goes. We'll pretend we didn't see that, right? Don't worry.
Uh-oh.
Ambition doing a lot of damage. They pulled Che in with the Fate's Call. Crown came up with his ultimate, but they couldn't land the gold card. Wow, meanwhile, look at this. Deep dive by Kube going in, ulting himself, slowing down Jin Air to try to give Samsung a chance to catch up and fight. But Trace, meanwhile, winning the duel against Ambition in the mid lane. And Samsung's attempt there did not work out.
Well, they tried to get the pick. Samsung got a little bit desperate for that one. They wanted to take down Che, and they knew the Fate's Call was down, so they thought they might have an opportunity. They did get a lot of summoner spells out, though, so that's nice. They got both flashes out of Pilot and Che, as well as the heal, and they just traded a heal for it. So net win, actually, in favor of Samsung right there. Also, now no more TP onto Trace, so that's absolutely huge as they attempt to do this Baron. Jin Air going to fade back now, and there's a blue trinket ward. They're just going to start it. They do not want to start this.
Oh, they apparently want to fight.
The ult's still up from Lysandra. It
Yeah.
came back up. They're waiting for Ambition's collateral damage, but that is up right now pretty much. Fate's Call available. No Braum ultimate. And
Okay, they gave it up.
yeah, they're lacking too many flashes. They can't make that fight right now.
Crown and Ambition make a run for it, and they'll be okay. Jin Air able to push this mid lane up. They do have those super minions still pushing for now.
And Jin Air they played such a dangerous game, and now they're really being punished. They could have snowballed this out better with the Dragon after the inhibitor take and then threatened the Baron, but instead it's just been a big waste of time for them, really. And there's the Destiny. You can't hide against the Twisted Fate.
Yeah, very true. And wow, Kube
Great
hits
kiting.
W with the, or hits Winged rather with the W. Gonna go in, ult himself, doesn't really catch anybody though. The hook
Victor's
misses.
alone.
Yeah, Kuzan still focused down, but Crown not quite able to hang with him, I guess.
No, you can't 1v1. Even though it's a 1v2, they actually couldn't
Really?
kill the Victor. But Samsung, they're just stalling. They don't need to do anything else right now. Anytime that they buy more time for their inhibitor to come up, that's what they need to do. And all they did was use Destiny. So who cares, really? They disengaged the Baron once again. They actually killed Che that time. Oh, Jin Air. They're going to try this. TP. They still have TPs, though. They have 2 TPs.
No one has wanted a Baron more than Jin Air wants this Baron right
This
now.
is exactly the opposite of their last game against the Empire, where they like refused to start it. This time they're just like, well, might as well start it every single time, no matter what is happening on the map.
Well, it's better than doing the same thing over and over again, I suppose.
I agree. This actually is better because there's at least you have a chance to take Baron if you start it, as opposed to them just standing there staring at it for 20
true.
minutes.
You know, you miss all the shots you don't take. Abraham Lincoln. Pretty sure you said that.
Yep.
Yep.
And then he decided to get into the Civil War so he could take as many shots as possible.
No, he was in the vampire hunting business, if I remember my history books correctly. Ambition. They're trying to keep this mid lane pushed up. They're tired of the Jin Air Baron shenanigans.
That's right. He emancipated us from vampires.
Thanks, Abraham Lincoln. Ending the vampire menace. You know they made that movie, right?
They did.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. That was a reference. I haven't seen it.
I know there was a book, but I didn't know there was a movie.
There is a movie. I have not seen it, but I
that
know
sounds
it
like
exists.
something you would definitely watch, though. I'm actually really
No.
surprised you haven't seen it.
No, you don't know me very well then, because that's not the type of thing I would actually watch. No. Like Pride and Prejudice and zombies? No. Not really interesting to me.
It's definitely too literary and historical for you. It's true.
You got it. No. Well, time to push the mid lane again. The inhibitor's back up again. They're going to jump onto Wraith, who flashes out. Che in trouble. Crown coming from behind with Kube. And now Kuzan Trace in a bit of trouble, but Kuzan just has so much damage. Not quite enough, though, as they manage to take him out. Kills on both sides, though, but Samsung getting the upper hand on this one. Winged separated from the rest of his team and slaughtered like a young wildebeest.
And now Samsung, they get that flank, and that is why Cube has been banned out on this Lysandra so much of the time.
Well, him and Crown were able to make a big difference in the back line of that fight.
Yeah, that they over-pursued that. They thought they had the pick onto Wraith, but Wraith still had his flash available.
Yeah, this could be the game here. The death timers are long enough.
It will be the game.
Yeah, and so Samsung finding that last team fight, finding that last flank. And we'll see if they can turn that into a win, but with no winged Kuzan or Che, I think they probably can. Pilot doing everything he can, but you're just not that tanky on the Kalista. Or actually, maybe you are with a Lulu around. And are they actually going to wait?
Back.
Wow.
No!
There's a wave right there. You could win the game. What are they doing?
They need 5 dragons to win the game, Noah.
No. No, you don't. This is not SK Telecom from last year, man.
They're not even. They don't have the HP to take the Baron or the dragon.
I really feel like
no one wants to win this game, Doa.
I'm not wrong in thinking they could have won the game right there.
It was a risk, but I think they could have done it. Yes, they had 12 seconds left on Victor. Yes, they were low.
Maybe now Janair will win the game. They're going to try to stop them from taking the Baron, though. Here comes Crown with a gold card onto Trace. Stopped up just a little bit, but they're not stopping Janair from taking the Baron. Janair, though, finally gets it. Shea completely blown up. He's out of the fight. Kube ults himself. He's in the back lines right now, but here come the kills for Kuzan. Double already as they force Ambition and Crown away. Goodbye, Kube. Kube trying to make it work against Pilot. It won't.
They're trying to escape right now, but they have to recall, and this could be a backdoor actually from Samsung. They should actually try and backdoor this. Trace has preempted the back door. Okay, Crown actually just ulted right back into the mid lane.
So nobody's going to win this game right now.
Well, super minions are there, and we have 40 seconds on this Tristana, but there's a huge super minion wave in the base.
Crown doesn't have enough health to try to 1v1 Trace, though, right now.
Ambition does a lot of damage, so I guess this is not going to be the end of this game.
I guess not, yeah. They can't push against the super minion waves.
Well, now they only have 20 seconds on Stitch.
Well, it's not, yeah. They're not going to be able to win right now.
There were too many super minions. They actually did take out that Nexus turret. Good job by Trace, though, because if TF had actually TP'd into the base, he was ahead. He recalled very early so that they couldn't backdoor. So that was actually very smart of Trace, because that could have ended in a base race scenario. And considering how many Baroned up minions were there, and you have a TF with a Lich Bane, you're actually probably going to lose that if you're generic. So that was a good call, strangely, to have Trace just be there in advance clearing out those waves to make sure there was no possibility of a crazy backdoor attempt by Crowd.
Well, no 5th dragon anytime soon for Samsung, as they'll lose their opportunity for a 4th this game.
It's a weird one.
And now the Baron-powered push going through the bot lane, and Jin Air is going to make up a lot of ground here. Let's watch that fight again.
Well, they got Che pretty low, and they knock up Cube early, but look at that ult. Again, Kuzan has been really good. He's the one who's been keeping Jin Air in this game, really, this entire time.
For sure.
And Cube tries to deal what damage he can. We're back in the game now, and we have Baroned up minions. The inhibitor is still up in the mid lane, and super minions are still pushing back towards the base. And Jin Air can't overcommit right here, because Crown and Cube has his TP up, Crown has his ultimate up. Crown will have his TP up soon with his Distortion enchant boots. And so there's an outside chance with this super minion wave that they'll just TP to the super minion wave, 2 of them, and just try and end the game. So they can't actually push. This is actually the right call. They denied the 4th dragon, and now they have to use this Baron to get their inhibitor back up.
All right, well, inhibitors have been taken on both sides this game. And it's about as close as we thought it would be, potentially. But Jin Air just showing a little bit more life than we've seen in previous matches.
Samsung did well early, but it's just been, both teams have made mistakes in how they're going to close this game. I think Samsung, like you said, it wasn't 100% that they would have had that, but I think you at least try.
Yeah.
That's the thing, death timer is super long right now. If they had botched that, they had only an inhibitor and 2 Nexus turrets between Jin Air and a win.
Well, Samsung still has the opportunity really to win a team fight at any time and take this one. But I guess you could say the same thing about Jin Air now too,
for Jin Air.
Yeah. It's one of those games where the smallest mistake is going to mean the difference between winning and losing.
So what we're going to see from Samsung now, they are trying to use their split pushing advantage. And that inhibitor is going to be coming up real soon now.
And Crown's got his TP, so...
Yeah, this is how they should play it. They probably can't win a straight up 5v5. So put the pressure down, use the super minions. But also, we've seen so far that Trace is having a good time dueling, or at least keeping Crown at bay. Crown can't really kill him with the amount of MR and QSS on Trace now too. So that's,
yeah, funny enough, this Lulu is just too tanky.
That's not going to, yeah, you just can't kill the Lulu quickly.
That's something you don't hear every day. The Lulu is just too tanky.
Basically not there, but also irrelevant.
Yep.
I wonder what he's going to upgrade his QSS as a 6-sided. This would be hilarious if he got Mercurial.
Hey, get a little bit more damage on those auto attacks. Why not, you know?
Sure, just go for it.
Yeah. What else are you going to build it into? All right, Janair gets the pressure in mid lane, and now it's up to Samsung to defend this one. And we'll see how well they do.
Get back up now.
Yep.
And Janair, this is where they should be confident in this 5v5.
Well, they've been diving and being aggressive all game long. Why stop now? Kuzan runs in for a death ray. Kuve almost finding an opportunity to maybe get in there and self-ult with Lissandra. But they're going to try to flank. I mean, remember, last time Samsung won a big fight in this game, it was because of the flank from Crown and Kube. They could both do that again.
Yeah, they have to kill Kuzan.
They don't really have wards in the greatest places for that.
He's been
they're trying. Yeah, there we go. Coming in from the side, they wrap up Che quite a bit. Kube ults himself like we talked about. And now Janair on the disengage. Kube has to use that
Che lives again with such a small amount of HP. That is ridiculous how he's been able to stay alive in so many of these team fights. Pops the locket, and that's probably what ends up saving him. So Samsung forces the disengage, but can they get anything out of it? I mean, there's no Dragon, there's no Baron. The only thing they can really do is try and clear out some vision here. They pop down 1 million blue trinkets, and they're going to take a blue buff away, but... Okay, they didn't have to use TP for that, which is great, but they did have to use Cube's flash to get him in position for a good Lissandra self-ult, and they burned the Zhonya's hourglass.
Sure.
So they still have all their split-pushing pressure that they had before.
Well, Baron should be up pretty soon. Fight over at least.
I'm surprised Cube hasn't gotten the distortion enchant yet. That's actually really important because he has to reposition on his engages with his flash most of the time.
It's all about the Baron right now. Samsung has vision, has control over it at the moment.
Are they going to start it, though? This is so risky. They're going to see it with the blue trinket. They're going to know. Samsung's going to try and bait it right now. Well, this is dangerous, though. Crown is trying to get blue buff, so they need to wait for him and not get too far away. Well, this is exactly what we expected today, Dylan.
Yep, pretty much. Really long games, really close. It is pretty amazing to see a game that's almost 15 minutes in, and the teams are only about 1,000 gold apart. Samsung looking for that 4th dragon. They're taking quickly, but are they taking quickly enough? I don't know. Wing can come in. Nope, can't steal it away. 4th dragon for Samsung.
Ambition.
Yep. Oh, and they're going to go ahead and catch Che again. We'll see if he lives this time. Wraith tries to come in from the side, gets the box, Fate's call. Pilot pulls the support to safety. Samsung seems to have the edge here as Stitch comes in.
Stitch is going crazy.
There's the kill on Che. He's got the resets going. And Winged trying to escape. Kuzan trying to kite. A lot of damage from that ult on the Victor. Another kill, though, for Stitch. And now it's 3v5. Question is, Samsung with that low health on Wraith, looks like they're just going to go for Baron.
Yeah, Wraith is going to go back. Crown actually just recalls as well to get back into base, and they're going to try and 3-man this Baron.
Oh boy.
After getting a great multi-pronged attack right there. Cube slowed up the disengage from Janair, who overcommitted, I think, to that dragon fight. It was only number 4, and now the Baron goes over to Samsung. And this is the worst situation for Janair because now they can split push. Crown still has his TP.
Well, if Kuzan had gone down during that fight, I think it would have been a done game. But
well, Che thinks they catch him in the choke point, but Wraith is super tanky right now. Box goes down, and he is able to escape from that. Winged and Trace just chunked out at the beginning of that fight, and Kuzan really had no way to engage thanks to the positioning of the Lissandra ultimate. Stitch Gets the reset. Wings just going to try and burrow under, but Stitch flashes after him for the follow-up. Gets it with a combination auto attack and ultimate.
And so, Janair has to deal with the Baron push coming their way now.
And this is going to be probably too much to ask for unless they can surprise Crown here, because Baron buff combined with the Twisted Fate split push will be really difficult for them to stop.
I don't know. I think this one might just be over when it's over. We'll see.
You've seen it nearly end too many times. You're getting jaded, dog.
I have. That's right. I'll believe it when the Nexus goes down. Janair in the base, though. It's looking a little bit more likely this time around.
Well, there's
no
only
defense down the bottom lane.
There's only one Nexus turret left here.
Yeah,
for Janair.
This should be able to close it out.
You would really hope so. Victor has to go deal with Twisted Fate. Oh. He's the only one with the wave clears to actually handle this particular situation.
Watch, they will wait for that 5th dragon.
No, Noah, no.
And they'll do it every game. Pilot has to be wild growth.
Yeah, base call used there too, so 2 big ultimates. Now, this is where Samsung really needs to just push home the advantage.
They should, but they're so hesitant right now. They've got the Baron buff. They're afraid of Kuzan.
The engage is gone. The engage is not there from Janair. They can absolutely do this. Especially
nice grab on the wing. Yeah,
yeah,
they're going to ult him with Lysandra as well. Che coming in by himself, though. Kuzan again just not finding an angle to fight this. That's a kill already. They're going to get the objectives. Crown TPing in, or rather using that alt gold card, cleanse off of Kuzan right away. Collateral damage from Ambition, and that's 4v3 now, or 5v3 rather. Samsung trying to close it out. Kuzan not a lot of mana, and not a lot of health on Samsung. Are they just going to back off?
No, Samsung, no.
Just going to back off. All right.
You have TP on Crown, just have him recall and come back in. There are no ultimates. There's just a wild growth available right now. There's only one inhibitor turret left. Stitch is going to stick around. Okay, so it looks like they are going to TP back in. This is what they should be doing, is just winning the game.
They've still got the Baron. All right. Yeah,
no!
Going to the top lane. No, you got to split push, man. You got to split push with that TF. I relish in your agony. But, I mean, I think we're both suffering together in this game, to be honest. Get all the turrets, every single one. Otherwise, it's not a real win.
Well, at least they got 2 inhibitors.
They just wanted
no
to break
more Baron buff, though.
Wanted to break the 100,000 gold mark. They've done that. Good job. Way to go, guys. And now they're getting chased away.
5th dragon it is, Noah. You were right.
Yep, I knew it. Saw that one coming. And our what could have been a 45-minute or so, 40-minute game, will be an hour-long game, please.
I don't know. It still could end before 1 hour.
Maybe.
We'll have the dragon up.
I mean, the dragon should be fairly soon, yeah.
So they can get 5th dragon and then try and push in.
Well, with the Samsung team, I think that 5th dragon is worth about maybe 1 inhibitor at this point.
Well, I have 2 down, and that means that basically Janair can't contest this dragon because they have 1 inhibitor turret or 1 Nexus turret left. They can just straight up lose the game. Now we saw Janair in pretty much this exact situation in their last game against Spenu, and instead of fighting the 5th dragon, they just ran through the bottom lane and killed the Nexus, while Spenu tried to prevent them from getting 5th drag. And when you have the TF ultimate available and the teleport from Cube, definitely a possibility of just a backdoor instead of actually going for the 5th dragon. It would be hilarious for Samsung to end the game in the same way. That's what I want, Della.
All right. We'll see if you get it. We haven't really gotten much of what we wanted this game, have we? Well, turns out Dragon's not coming quite as fast as Samsung or us maybe thought. He's going down. Janair has pushed the waves back enough that they feel confident striking out to try to prevent this dragon, but here comes Crown in the top lane.
They have to fall back. They can't do anything about this dragon.
Yeah. All right, the dragon it is.
Well
there
played.
we go.
Well played by Samsung. That was nice. Threaten that last inhibitor. Crown's just going to TP
mid
with the rest of his crew. The Crown crew.
That's right. The Crown crowd.
Okay, 5th Dragon, 3 inhibitors down. Samsung looking to close. Can they do it in the next 4 minutes?
We'll see. I'm not so confident. They get the inhibitor. Every objective on the map has been taken by Samsung. Only one Nexus turret and the Nexus remain. Hook misses. Tentatively poking into the final inhibitor turret. Waiting for those minion waves. Be very careful because Kuzan is scary. He's very, very scary.
And they're scared of Fate's Call Braum too, with the knockup from Lulu.
Well, Wing can come in too. So there really is a big wombo combo that can engineer the game. But
okay, they just gotta wait 30 seconds for the double minion waves to come in.
there we go. Oh yeah, they can triple.
The double super minion waves. It's
Prepare for double.
It's gonna be the waves after this one.
Oh wow, the all-in on the crown doesn't work out. Kube immediately responding onto Kuzan. Kube, there he is. Kuzan's gone, and so Jin Air should be taken out here. Yep, there's a win for Samsung. They want to get all the members of Samsung to wait, what happened? The Nexus went down somehow. I thought that game was going to keep going.
Amazing what you could do with